Welcome to Harem Free, where I am your channel holder, Tisha. Thank you for coming to my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you may be notified of any content that I may post. Thank you. So first, you guys, I'm going to be talking about, and if you see me looking to the side, I have notes, just so I don't, lose thought of what I'm talking about in a particular situation. But just bear with me again, you guys. I'm still new to this. I stated in one of my previous videos that I will be doing more content consistently during the week. So I'm still praying to be able to do that as well. I pray that you guys have understanding from my content, that you get some type of nugget, some type of seed that you can plant within yourself to be able to keep going, to continue to move. Note that I am not a professional. I'm not in this particular subject. I'm just a student of life where I chose to take a study up on this. About 2 years now it has been, and just from my experience in dealing with NPD throughout my childhood with my family members, and outside of those circumstances and situations. So this title is dealing with recognizing that you are dealing with a narc or someone with NPD, or that your ex that you were just currently with was a person that had NPD. So first, NPD is the inability to empathize, and they have a excessive need for admiration, adulation, and praise and worship technically. So you will notice that you meeting this particular person, that things tend to move very fast. But it seems, I guess, because they such charmers, that as it's happening, it feels good. It feels like, I don't know about this at the same time, but we got that little butterfly feeling. First red flag, which I didn't know was a red flag, but yes. We ignore certain things, being emotional versus thinking logically. So again, you will notice things tend to move fast. They also state that they love you fast. So, if you can think back into the beginning of you guys, entanglement, that they told you that they loved you, and their I love you means I love what you do for me, because they don't have the ability to love because they lack empathy again. That is a part of the brain function that they did not have. It did not develop when they were a child. So somewhere in their childhood, something possibly happened, or they were the golden child where they were never disciplined, but they were given everything, handed over everything, and now they have this excessive need to feel like they can get what they want, they can do what they want. It's all about them. Very selfish individuals. They come in having a whole bunch of sob stories. Like, they always got a sob story consistently. If they don't have anything consistently, they have a whole bunch of those, because they are professional victims. It's like always about them. If you have a headache, they having a heart attack. You can never just have something for yourself around this particular individual, whether it's a male or female. They chronically lie and get caught in their lies. When they get caught in their lies, they tend to not accept accountability at all. It's always a justifiable reason why they did what they did. You made them do it, or whatever they want to say to you at the moment. But they're never accountable for anything. Then if that doesn't work, they'll go to blame shifting and making it seem like it's your fault or someone else's fault. It just was a misunderstanding. They don't tend to apologize, but if they do apologize, you will definitely feel in your spirit that it is not a sincere, genuine apology. It's just like more of a, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, what you want me to do? It's one of those type of sorry. So it's just to get you back where they want you, where you're not putting out any boundaries or causing them to be limited to any access that they may have while dealing with you. Okay, so again, no apology is sincere. It's just a manipulation tactic. Um, okay, they always claiming that they hate drama, they hate arguing, but they're the first ones to start a situation. They seek to isolate you from your family and friends, or anybody that you're just relatively close to. And that's just because they don't want anybody to recognize the abuse, for you to at some point speak to them and talk to these individuals, and they become exposed. So they try to keep you from those individuals, either through triangulation, through just starting stuff as far as saying, like, your homegirl liked me, or your homeboy was looking at me when you got out the car. They will just they will plant seeds for them to manifest in a very negative way, not even caring about your true intentions of how that can affect you or the persons involved. Um, they always have an issue with everyone and everywhere they go. So it could be a restaurant you went out to eat. They getting smart with the bartender. They're getting smart with your server, the waiter. They're getting smart with the housekeeper. They're getting smart with everybody. If they feel as though you are beneath them, they're not going to feel the need to talk to you respectfully. If they do help the less fortunate, it's just so that they can tell you about it, so that they can receive the, oh my goodness, yes, that was so nice. The adulation. They want you to, big up them and tell them, oh my goodness, you so good. This that cheerleader, and that's fine in a healthy relationship with the person who reciprocates. But with the person who has NPD, is a take, 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 take on their behalf, and you always giving. And as you give, they're still insatiable. They're never quenched. They're never satisfied. Still wanting more. Still having you draining your energy all the while. Draining your energy. Taking your youthfulness, the glow that's in your eyes. The ambition that you have within you. The motivation that you have every day. Just being able to wake up and just be thankful for the day. They take those things away from you, just by their spirit and energy alone. They are easily angered and triggered by little situations that healthy people would not normally react in that way to. They stay mad for long periods of time, and they don't seek to solve any situation or find a solution. They don't seek to find solutions. It's like they literally seek to misunderstand you in every way if they can. You'll say one thing, and somehow in their head they will hear it out completely different. Like you be like, who is in your head talking to you, bruh, sis? Because that's not what I meant. And you will continually feel yourself trying to justify and show love and think that, oh my goodness, if he just see how much I'm willing to do, or she see how much I'm willing to do for her, that she'll eventually get it, and they don't get it. And they count on you believing and having faith and forgiving and your love, that they can continue to do what they're going to do, and that they can come back or stick around you and benefit off of your resources and self and time and energy. And it won't mean a thing to them. And even as far as the things you have done for them, it's like yesterday doesn't matter. Only what you did today matters. The rest of is out the window. And technically, it's 3 phases of a narcissistic relationship, which you have the beginning stage, which is where they kind of like idealize you, and they're love bombing you at the same time, meaning they coming straight in full force quickly. I love you, doing nice things. If they ain't living with you, they're going to be trying to live with you soon. Something just happened to their car, so now they need your car. They don't even take care of your car in a way that, is good enough for you. And you might not have like a fancy car, as long as you have something that's good. But they will be dugging your car out, driving like maniacs, always feeling like they have to be excessively speeding all the time. Not an emergency where, okay, is an exception. Not saying there's ever an exception to speed, so I'm not saying that, you guys, but I'm saying that at least in an emergency situation I'm having, you're trying to get to a destination intentionally. But they don't have nothing going on, honestly, and they just trying to be seen, trying to prove something on the road, trying to get a reaction, because that's what it's about, your reactions. And sometimes they do things just for your reaction, whether negative or positive, which they prefer negative, of course, because they get this fuel from you the whole time. You are a source of fuel for them. So your admiration and adulation and serving them and, assisting them, helping solve their issues, talking to them, listening to them, being able to drop things and just to help show up for them, to them it's like, well, I'm with you, so you should be doing all these things. Just a sense of entitlement with these guys. your property and possessions becomes theirs, early. And then, again, us women, I'm going to speak for us women, um, we'll come in, and once we see certain things, like, okay, we're going to be like, all right, we're going to do this. So, of course, with your partner, you want to be submissive in ways. You want to help solve certain issues that he could have. But it's not our job to be God. It's not our job to solve every single problem that that individual have. Because I'm still an individual. I still have my issues, and they literally enmesh you guys together where you're no longer just you, an individual. You become a piece, part of them, which you are then still objectified. You're not even seen as a person, a mother, sister, daughter. You're seen as a object that they play with and put on a shelf if they being nice, or just throw to the side if they, if they feel that you're useful, they'll just put you on the shelf. They're gonna just straight throw you to the side, to the trash, if they got everything that they could get out of you. But usually 9 times out of 10, a narc will, if you were a good source of supply fuel for them, they will shelve you and then carry on, have a fantasy somewhere else, a shared fantasy with someone else, and then when that falls through, or they have a first argument that it causes a knock injury to that person, they will then try to now come back, which is called the hovering stage. So forgive me, because I did say there's three phases, stages in a narcissistic entanglement, which again, idealized love bomb situation. The second one would be devalue. So you will have you technically probably been love bombed at this point. You will have an argument, and it could be something relatively small, but the person will act out completely aggressive, rageful, just out of nowhere, where you'll be like, you'll kind of shut down, like, wait a minute, like, and then at that same time, that's conditioning you to not bring things to the table when you're feeling a certain way about an issue, so that you're like, wow, I don't even want to say nothing because the way he reacted last time, I don't want him to do that. So let me just skip around the little things that I feel like can cause an issue. Trying to pick your battles, trying to be the bigger person, trying to, okay, he must be having a rough day. Keep just making everything about this particular person. And forgive me for keep saying he, because again, this could be a woman as well. I'm just a woman, so I'm speaking from my perspective, in my experience. So yes, it's just a very tiring situation that causes you to be drained, stressed out. Your health can start acting up. Um, you may start overeating or undereating. You just may feel personally drained. Like, no matter how much sleep that you get, it's not enough. When you're at work, you're just waiting for the day to be over. You're just counting the hours instead of enjoying your day, and savoring the moments, because life is short, and we don't know when life will be done for us. So we shouldn't be with any individual who makes us count the hours. Like, I just want to, until I lay down, until I go home, until I this. And, every moment should be, it should be thankfulness and being grateful, that we are here. Especially if you have children, you have family that love you, or people that love you, or a person, a pet, whatever your situation is. I'm sure we can find something to be thankful about. And if not, then, I advise you to find something bigger than yourself that you can, seek for, a higher explanation and knowledge, so that you can be able to apply those things to your life, to see it from a better perspective. So back to my list. You always had a feeling of uneasiness when you was with this person. Forgive me, you guys. You always had a feeling of uneasiness. You couldn't put your finger on it, but something just did not feel right. But you ignore it. You'll give them the benefit of the doubt, of course, because we always trying to see the good. We tend to try to think that if we set out to at least be a decent individual, and when we do make mistakes, or when we do make bad choices and hurt someone, we try to correct it quickly. The difference between the person with NPD, no accountability, no self-reflection, say they trying to make it right, but ain't trying to make it right, want to just start right back off where they left off at, where everything was good, by the way. And it's just a big game to these guys. You gave them the benefit of the doubt, but the whole time you still see that it really wasn't up to no good, and then your intuition still something turned out to be right that you felt. So then now you're at a stage where you feel shameful, condemned, because now you're blaming yourself because you didn't listen to yourself. And that's one thing I'm encouraging along this journey, is that you guys, you listen to your intuition the first time. We be feeling it in our spirit the whole time, but we will ignore it. We will let our emotions, you know, be swayed by memories and by things that we want that are not technically good for, conducive for our life. You know, that's not going to bring any good things, you know, in our life, that we just don't need. We don't need to continue to be rebuilding and redoing seasons of our life because we didn't learn it the first time. We didn't get it the first time. We enabled a person too long instead of seeing a red flag and saying, okay, you know what, but we wait all the way till it's too late, or when it's so much damage that is done that, you know, psychologically you're messed up, mentally you messed up, physically, financially you messed up, emotionally you messed up, and you know, have to deal with people, you know, on a day-to-day basis. You got to deal with your children. If you have children, you have to deal with your coworkers and still put a smile on and still try to be a decent individual. And those things can be very tiring when you have to wear so many hats, you know, and then you're dealing with a toxic person who's supposed to be your partner, so who's supposed to love you, or either is your parent or is a coworker, boss, because again, people and what they are don't, no, it's not there's no exceptions to you know, race, ethnicity, background. Anybody could be narcissistic or have NPD. Again, they are very selfish, crybabies, sulkers, love to ghost you when the argument, when they're in the second stage of devaluing you, where they probably just spotted a new little thing, a fresh new toy. They like, ooh girl, ooh boy, you know, I'm trying, yeah, you know. So soon as they scan and find something that is of interest, now you start looking a little old and raggedy over there. I gotta get me something new, because you know who I am. I'm me. That's how they be. So now they devalue you. Now the things that you used to do is annoying them. They finding reasons to argue. They finding reasons to, you know, to start a situation so that they can leave, so that they can go put in some time with that new supply, that new source that could be a potential, you know. And so now you're looking real old and rather over there, and they're not feeling you, baby. So now they have to create some type of situation, like, so I can put you in the shower for a minute because I need to go talk to them. Like, you born right now. They have, what did they say about persons with NPD? A short attention span, so they get bored very easily. You know, so knowing that this is also the case, that peace irritates them. They don't want to live in peace. Peace is not good for them. They need things going on. They need to feel like the thrill of something, of being bad, of being corrupt, you know, being sadistic. It's amazing to them. And don't get me wrong, of course, having fun and having a thrill sometimes is nice. But every day is not a thrill, baby. Every day is not a movie. Every day is not a script. That's cool when we just want to have fun or celebrate. But baby, every day, they should get tired of this. Because I'm, you guys, learning about this particular subject is a lifestyle. You can never feel like you know enough. And even knowing enough is still not even half of the job. The job is applying the knowledge, having understanding, not being too emotionally active, that you don't think logically, that you don't take the time, that you don't take time to assess the situation versus just responding. You know, it's learning to discipline yourself to be able to discern the spirit of a person and who sent them to you, because either is God or the devil, light, dark, you get it? Please note that I will always be speaking from a spiritual perspective to you guys, so this may not be the channel for you. I do believe in Jesus Christ, so That is my source, my foundation, and my healing source to how I was able to start my healing journey to this, you know, to this new lifestyle that I am seeking to create within, doing the will of God, trying to do the best that I can to be a good person, a servant, you know, but to not allow myself to let to let whatever it is that I'm here for in this world, that I don't allow it to cause me to be anybody's personal punching bag, nobody's doormat, nobody's get over, nobody do girl. I love to serve others and to help others, uplift others, and because this is what this channel was for, to, to uplift, inspire, motivate, and to, give you a glimpse on what I believe in spiritually. Again, it may not be for you. I mean no harm. I mean to offend anyone. I don't mean to offend anyone when it comes to what you believe in spiritually. Um, but I do believe in what I believe in, and I will hope that you guys will respect my point of view and my perspective on what I say. So if that part doesn't apply to you, please just don't don't come into agreement with it. That's what I'm gonna say. Do not come into agreement with it, and then make an argument about what my beliefs, what I believe in spiritually. But I know, that the Father in heaven, the Holy Righteous One, is the one who helped me, who is helping me, who's been leading me, who's been guiding me, strengthening me, giving me courage, cleansing me, giving me a new mind perspective. Just, and forgive me if I'm saying words, kind of wrong, but just giving me a new perspective on life and giving me the motivation to, be like, this situation, this person was sent to break me, to kill, steal, and destroy me. But because of the grace of God, I am able to draw near to Him, and then He draw near to me, and keep me in that time of trouble, while getting me through it and bringing me out of it, and being able to come out and then want to help other individuals to see the red flags, to know what they're in, to know who people are and who they are not. And that is our job, to be able to vigilantly assess the situation and not be just bringing anybody in our circle. So forgive me, you guys, if I'm rambling on too long. But yes. So again, I'm still discussing about what happens, if you're just tuning in, what happens inside of toxic relationships when you're dealing with a person, spouses, co-workers, families, who has NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, which is a disorder of the brain, which is not properly developed as a child. So they have a deficit. It is a disorder. So again, they feel like everything they do is justifiable. It's everyone's fault all the time. They never see the part that they have played. They leave, they come back. And it seems like as time goes on, you notice that there now is a pattern or a cycle. They are insatiable, have an insatiable appetite for anything that they want. I'd say ideal relationships, ideal person, whatever. Always insatiable, never satisfied, always thirsting for more. They only want to do the least amount of work and effort to show you love. That word, that I love you, is so empty. You feel it. You be sitting there looking at them like, I love you. Like, why is you telling me that? Because you showing me something so different, but you saying you love me so empty, Ugh, don't tell me that. Leave me alone. Lawlessness. They don't care about any law. I mean, sometimes, yes, we are not perfect. So I'm sure many of us have broken laws before, but they are lawless. Like, they love to be corrupt in every situation. If they can find a way to do something corrupt, trust and believe they're going to do that first. Again. They don't keep a consistent job working, whatever it is that they do. But that depends on the spectrum because narcissism is on the spectrum. So the lower narcs, they may tend to be the lower narcs, but the mid-range and greater on up, they are the ones that tend to, they know how to keep their job because their life depends on the source of fuel being supplied, going to work, having other fuel, additional fuel every time they go out is the opportunity to scan for fuel. Every opportunity, moment, second, minute, hour is opportunity to scan for fuel. Their life, it needs it. They cannot survive without this fuel. So say for instance, if they don't have the fuel, they will go into a collapse, meaning they will probably stop cutting their hair, stop bathing, stop taking care of themselves, just lay in the bed, don't get out the bed. They become very depressed, very anxious, like they literally cannot cope, and it will take a minute for them to get back out of that stage. But with social media, or having a toxic parent who already probably is the reason that they are narcissistic, the mom or the dad could be a narcissist as well, or grew up around narcissistic family members, could be the ones enabling them, or it could be a girlfriend or whoever, wife, enabling this particular person. And just, I'm just accepting everything he does, I'm accepting everything she does, and I'm gonna just deal with it. And baby, I'm gonna tell you, you deal with it, you're gonna be dealing with it all your life. If you stay with this individual, you have to get out, and you have to stay out. So again, things that make you know that you are with a narcissist, or that you're with a narcissist. Forgive me, you guys. I have so many notes here. They make excuses on their behavior, and anything that they do, again, they want to justify it. They seem detached in so many ways. So again, even when they with you, they feel like they still off mentally somewhere else. They use sex to discipline you. Sex is a tool. It is used as a tool, so please know. It may be good to you. It may start out good in the beginning. Towards, the middle of the second phase of devaluing, they may slowly stop having sex with you, because at this point now they're scanning, trying to use that energy to get a new source. So once they get that new source trapped and ensnared, then it's like, baby, I'll get rid of you, old source. So I'm gonna put you on the shelf real quick, but I'm gonna come back. So just stay right there, girl. And boom, now they with the new source. So now they discard you. Either find an argument to discard you and leave, ghost you, or they will either cause you to break up with them, so that you're the bad guy, and I can now he or she can go to their people and smear you and say, smear campaign by way of something that they do once they lost you as a source of fuel, even if they gave you up, even if they did something wrong, even if they was the one who messed it up, they will still use that situation to maintain and obtain further supply from other individuals. So again, professional victims, manipulation, deception is their game. So it's like, oh, she broke up with me. Oh, he left me. He left me. And the whole time it's like, girl, you was cheating on that man. You was messing with that man, homeboy. But they don't want to talk about that. They just, oh my goodness, you going to get somebody better. And the whole time now they trying to cause issues with that dude or that woman, spouse, trying to fight them, because of the narcissist and the stuff that they are starting, having people approach them, call them, play on their phone, stalk them on social media, send out threats, because they use fear to control you as well. They use fear to keep you stuck into that entanglement. And again, please know, I call it an entanglement / transactional ship, because it is not a relationship. It's a transactional ship, because everything you do, you do something for him, he do something for you, maybe, technically, but it's more so transactional. You supplying him love, and he giving you sex. He making you look good in his mind by standing with you, by being with you, even spending time with you, because you're so below him. You're so below her that she just looked down on you like, baby, what you do for me, you should do for me. You should be happy to do these things for me. They're entitled. They have a grandiose personality and sense of self that is so extreme that, again, it is a healthy perspective that individuals can have, that are healthy, that it's okay to be confident. But theirs is pathologically, excessively grandiose and superior in nature. They look at you as an inferior being, an inferior object, because you're not a being to them. When in fact they're the ones that don't seem like human beings. They don't forgive. They hold grudges. so that they can use them against you later. They learn your secrets so that they can exploit you later. Use those same secrets and vulnerabilities against you. A lot of times you probably met them in a time where you were vulnerable, most vulnerable in your life, due to death or losing a job, losing a place, break up, just being lonely for a minute, feeling like your clock is ticking. Anything that we go through as people, we all have our issues. We all have situations, and so will they will use a situation based off of each individual person, to construct a false construct on who to be. So they will wear a different mask with each individual that they are in contact with, that supplies them their sources. So they have a different mask. So when they're done with you at that point, the mask falls off. Now you see that, oh my goodness, you are nasty, mean, rageful, have no good emotions within them at all. It's always jealousy, envy, competition, secret competition, put downs, disrespect, talking about people, gossiping, just making trouble everywhere you go. Just nothing good. Like, any way that they can be corrupt, they're going to be corrupt. And so all of these things will basically sum it up to let you know that you were dealing with a narcissist or dealing with one. And that once you realize that you are dealing with an individual who has NPD or has many of these tendencies, you need to create a strategy to slowly get yourself out of that situation. So not slowly, quickly get yourself out, but don't cause yourself to move irrationally where you can cause yourself to be hurt, because narcs, as they actually have some of them, again, because narcissism exists on the spectrum. You have the cluster B personality disorders, which it could be a cluster of certain disorders that they could have, and they could be low in trait, or they could be high. So every narcissist is different. So you can't judge them all the same, but based off of the characteristics and how they operate, you can get a good description of how they operate and what they do and how they go about, obtaining supply, fuel, how they go about their manipulations, triangulating you with individuals to put you against one another, gaslighting you in the process, which is crazy, making you think, oh, I didn't say that when they did say that. You'll feel like you have to start writing things down that was stated, because they'll later say they didn't say it, or later say you didn't say it, or later tell you that you said something that you didn't say, or just make you feel like you did something. So you always question yourself, you always feeling insecure, you always feeling off, you feeling like something's wrong. I don't know what it is, what is going on, always in fight or flight mode, like, Lord help me, Lord. Woosah. This person is coming to my life and is wreaking havoc on my life, my spirit, my energy, my time. You gotta go. So if you're feeling like that, like, I just need to take a breath. You are draining me. You're dealing with a narc, or you dealt with a narc. If you got away, stay away. Educate up. You hear me? Because you do not need to be going back into that cycle, because again, this is a spiritual situation. So this is spiritual warfare. The enemy is coming to break you down, take you, kill, steal, destroy. Listen to those 3 things. If you don't believe me, you can go to the higher power yourself. But he has been my strength, my source. Allow me to forgive myself. Allow me to forgive the narc. Keep my heart pure, open to the Lord's will. Not having any bitterness within, forgiving, but not saying that make it me, okay, I'm about to be cool with you. No, I'm not cool with you. I don't want to be cool with you. I don't have to speak to you, but I'm gonna forgive you because that's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm gonna just ask for the wisdom and knowledge to be able to apply to my life, so that I don't make those same mistakes. I don't enable a person to do and be toxic in my life, because I'm not no victim, even though I was a victim of narcissism. But I'm not going to just say I was just a complete victim in dealing with the person, because I chose the person. I decided on that person. I went with that person. I forgave that person, took that person back, tried to have understanding, knowing that things didn't feel right, knowing that I shouldn't have probably did it, knowing I was being disobedient to God and doing things out of his will, thinking like what I think was going to happen. So at the same time, make sure that you self-reflecting. You're not being like the narc who doesn't self-reflect, who doesn't hold themselves accountable, who don't try to do the work, who don't try to do shadow work, who don't try to heal, who just sweep it under the rug and just, now he got a big old hill up under his rug because he don't want to sweep. He want to be lazy. He just want to keep covering it up with women and more women or more men, just not doing no healing at all. Now they taking them spirits. They taking all that baggage. They taking all that, the soul ties and the covenants that they are, creating through sex and going to another individual, then trying to come back just to repeat it all over again. Hoover you back, which meaning like the vacuum that sucks you in. That's what the narc do. They're going to try to suck you in, baby. I love you. I learned. I got an epiphany. I understand now. You right. I messed up. But if you give me a chance, I promise you, I will show. Lies. You fall right back into it. He do good for a couple little seconds, and baby, he back to himself in the next few days. Dragging. So ladies, men, kings, queens, know your worth. Try to do the work. Seek God's faith or whatever seek God's face and what you believe in. Me, I told you what I believe in. So you guys, please, find some foundation so that you can have something to stand on, and believe in. Be and surround yourself only around positive individuals who actually love you. You cannot talk about the situation to everybody because everybody does not understand. Again, we are family here. So I want this to be a safe place for us all to be able to come and to get the knowledge and to get understanding and to be here in fellowship with one another and to just grow and to just, make sure that we are using our voice, that we're speaking out for those who can't speak, and that this is not in vain, that the situation isn't in vain, that the enemy meant to use this for my bad, but God is going to use it for my good, and that I'm setting out to, help inspire and motivate other individuals who are going through, and just to save them from the drama and, having certain situations that could have been prevented by just talking to a fellow brother or sister and learning from them. I here like to represent iron sharpening iron. And the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So that's what we are here to do. Let's be that iron that sharpens iron. Again, please be sure to like and subscribe. Forgive me again if I talked all over the place, but I'm still getting used to this. But I would love to be bringing you new content more consistently, you guys. So please just bear with me. Let me know in the comments if it's anything that you would like me to touch bases on. How long do you feel like I should do certain videos? I'm just asking for you guys' perspective. 15 minutes. Is 37 minutes too long? I don't know but I want to kind of ask you guys what you like so that I can have understanding and cater to you guys' needs. But again, I'm your girl Tisha, and it was a pleasure talking to you guys. Again, in the comments, let me know if it's a topic you would like me to discuss, and I will do my best to let you know my experience only or what I have gathered through my studies. Again, I am not an expert. This is here for just educational purposes and for motivational and upliftment, spirituality. Again, I love you guys. Stay strong no matter what. Keep going. If you got breath in your body, you have a purpose. God got you here for a reason. Find out what you're here to do. Find your purpose. Find your passion. Serve those, who are like-minded, who love you and who are there for you. Ask for forgiveness for those that you hurt, and seek to forgive those that you hurt, and self-reflect, and y'all continue to do the work. And I just want y'all to know that I love you guys. It took me a minute to get to this point, and I just pray that somebody gets, a word out of this, and that even if it helps one person, that's good for me. But I love you guys. Like and subscribe, and make sure that you hit that bell so that you can get all of my alerts. I love you guys. Peace.